Welcome once again to this live production. We are indeed in the capital city of Namibia, that is Windhoek, as you can see there. We will be bringing you this live match here, that is Namibia versus Botswana. We are at the Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium, and we are live on the following platforms as well. You can watch this this match here on online streaming, that is COSAFA YouTube channels. As you can see here, the temperatures in the capital city, 18 degrees Celsius. I guess that is minimum, and not so much windy this afternoon, and really waiting to have a good match here, that is between the two nations. That is the under-20 women's championship here between Namibia and Botswana. As the two teams are coming out, I am here with my co-commentator, that is Lidiana Nanamus, of course, yes, and I am Donald Borosingchwaro Mamputi. What's on it? As you can see there, the two teams coming out of that famous tunnel here at this stadium, the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium, as we wait to hear the national anthems
for the national anthem of Botswana.
These nations. First, we go with the national anthem.
And now the national anthem of Namibia.
Now the national anthem of Namibia. We have it, the national anthems of the two nations here, that is Namibia versus Botswana. And for now, as you can see, the two sets of players greeting each other, including the referees as well. Now, looking at Botswana, Botswana played against Zimbabwe and won that game by a solitary goal to 0. And they went on to play against Malawi, that is Botswana, beating Malawi by 1 goal to 0. On the other hand, Namibia played against Malawi, and they played to a goalless draw, where Namibia played against Zimbabwe. That was on Sunday. But besides that, the starting lineup, only 2 changes now for Namibia. And we see Ronaldo Angel Tamara Hangula coming on, as well as Mariam Dapandula Michael coming on. And off goes Grace Aces, as well as Shahida Delani Job. So you can see there the substitutes, or rather the substitutes of Namibia. Shahida Job, the number 18, coming off, as well as the number 9, that is Grace Aces. There are 2 players here with the referees making that toss just to see as to who will be taking the ball and who will be taking the field. And the match officials, we have Lynette Moyo all the way from Zimbabwe, assistant referee number 1, Nokubonga Dlamini all the way from South Africa, and assistant referee number 2, that is Martha Nemasango all the way from Zimbabwe, and then the 4th official, that is Jabulile Ngambi. And now Botswana here as well. They are starting lineup, as you can see, some 3 changes there. Temo Malate coming off, as well as Hope, coming on, as well as Olesejo coming on, with Tamocha coming on as well. And on the bench there we have Sarapapato coming off, both Lolo Bahotsi, as well as Ntebogang Mputi coming back onto the bench. And what do you make of the formation there and the starting lineups of these 2 teams, Lydiana?
I think both teams choosing to go with a formation that can actually benefit them both in attack and in defense. Quite similar formation from both sides. And I think it should be an exciting matchup, with Botswana looking to collect another 3 points, already sitting pretty comfortable top of the group in Group A, and Botswana looking to, Namibia on the other hand, also looking to collect at least a point today. A very important encounter for Namibia as opposed to Botswana today. I think it should be an exciting matchup for us to watch today.
Very interesting one to watch, as we are just waiting on the referee to get us underway. You can see there Miriam Michael, and Namibia really needs to win this one. Perhaps just give us a scenario as to how they need to play. That is Botswana, obviously through to the semi-finals. They will be waiting on Namibia and Malawi to take to the semi-finals. Just give us a little bit of that scenario as that match just kicked off.
Botswana currently has 6 points, meaning they already qualified for the semi-finals, but a win for them would definitely solidify their position in the group, with them ending first and waiting on the Group B to see who they will have to face that will come second place. Namibia, on the other hand, really needs at least a point today in order to qualify for the semi-finals. They are sitting with 4 points, second place with 4 points. Draw for them would mean that they do qualify for semi-finals and they would be second in the group, whereas a win for them would definitely mean that they are topping the group and also qualifying. So Namibia cannot afford to lose today, because it would mean that they will have to depend on the results of the match between Malawi and Zimbabwe later.
I mean, for now, it is up to them, the Namibians, this afternoon to really get perhaps the 3 points, or at least 1 point, as Lydiana has just pointed out. Is that going to happen, or is the ladies from Botswana going to deny them that opportunity and pick them up here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium, as we remain to see on that one. I mean, over the years, they have created some rivalry between them two, or rather between themselves. These are 2 national teams from the men's game to the junior levels. Whenever these 2 meet, you would know that it will be fierce competition. and had many a times Botswana coming up, out tops, really. As you can see there, that is Kaishavi, the number 3 here, trying to take a long one. That Nancy Lebang, the top goal scorer in the under-17 championships that was held, that is last month here in Namibia at this same stadium. And I think she was player of the match in their first match. That was against Zimbabwe as well. And perhaps another player to watch out for there in the Botswana starting lineup, Lydiana?
I think Hope Lesotho, the number 14 of Botswana, a very exciting player to watch. Also player of the match in their last encounter. So I'm excited to see what she has today.
Lesotho also played in that tournament of the under-17 championship that was held here in Namibia. That was last month. And she really played very well in that tournament as well. That's why she is still included in this under-20 women's team. And Botswana are Namibians' neighbors. These two teams here are neighbors. They know each other very well in terms of, friendship. And the two associations as well, having a very good relationship, especially now that it was announced that our national teams would use the stadium in Francistown as their home games. Now that we don't have a suitable stadium here to host international games. Good to actually build those relationships with neighbors, isn't it, Lydiana?
Yeah, I think it's very important, especially with football. That's the beauty of football. Football unites, football brings people together. It is a global language that is understood by everyone, and I think it is great to see that neighbors are actually trying to help neighbors and member associations in the SADC region.
Very interesting fact here is that Nancy Buipilo Lebang speaks Setswana, just as many of her opponents this afternoon, as well as Ontedi Tokwani. It will be very interesting, say, if Botswana now decides to talk only Setswana, then they would be translating to their teammates here. That is Lebang and Tokwani, Ontedi. Always an advantage to perhaps hear what the opponents would whisper on. Botswana for now trying to settle really. Namibia as well. Look at Nancy Lebang. Good interplay here between the two players there.
I think a great interception there by Shuovanu. Just goes to show that she's a versatile player, usually playing in centre back, coming in as a left back today, and just doing what she has to do there to stop the Botswana team from attacking.
And the goalkeeper there will be looking at really keeping the clean sheet, at least for now. That is Ndiweteko, goalkeeper of Namibia. And now Botswana on the attack. Could be possibly a chance here, but then perhaps just too much there for the young lady there from Botswana. And that is Kitumetse Tamocha. Kitumetse playing for Francistown United. Another throwing there by the Namibians with Haukongo. Again, Haukongo with that clearance. And now Botswana again playing from the center line. trying to attack here, showing some skills there. Well guarded, and Nancy Wipielo this time around also coming off from the center line, trying to take one player there. Another one. Look at that, twist and turning. Two players. Where is she going with that ball? Very dangerous play there. That's warrant for a yellow card. Another yellow card there for the young lady in Hope Lesotho.
I think Hope was just tired of Nancy, dribbling them like that, making them wonder where's she going next. The same way you asked, where's she going with the ball? Just had to stop her. I think that was the only way. Just look at that. Beautiful there from Nancy. Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff from Lebang. She is from a remote village in the Maheke region. A village called Chaka. Parents are based there in Chaka, and here she is in the capital city, showing some good skills here. That is Lebang. Another free kick here for the Namibians. What can they make out of that one? Could be another good opportunity for them. Look at that cross, perhaps too much ambitious there.
I think the height of the ball was too much there. She could have done better with that free kick. Maybe because it's the first one, they are not warm yet. They will have to grow into this match. I think both sides are still struggling to really keep the ball and be solid and, just...
Senorita Auhamuz trying to play it forward there, and perhaps lack of communication there between the two defenders. Now Botswana from the center line again. Another offside there for Botswana. And there we have it, Lynette Moyo, all the way from Zimbabwe. That is the match official for the day this afternoon.
I think the Namibian side really need to be careful with the offsides that they are creating right now, considering the fact that they really need a win today or a draw, as opposed to the Botswana side, who is already sitting comfortably at the top of the group right now. I think they really need to be careful with those offsides if they really want to attack and come into the box in the final third of the Botswana defense.
And remember, this is the Region 5 Youth Games currently underway here in the capital city. There's a player that is down there from the Namibian side. Referee quickly stops the match there to attend to this player. Not so sure as to what happened. And I see there the medics are being called in as well. As the player there is attended by the medics. Yes, and we are here as we are waiting for the referee to perhaps start the match again, or rather a restart. I was saying you can as well watch these matches online streaming on your COSAFA YouTube channels. And, you can catch the match live and on FIFA Plus as well. You can also catch the daily wraps on the COSAFA website. Good defense there, perhaps under pressure as well. Just clearing that one, Lydiana.
Yes, I think great thinking there from Hope. Just understanding that she needs to play safe instead of keeping the ball there. A very dangerous position to be keeping possession, especially when you're under pressure like that. I think great thinking there, great interception, and playing safe there.
Heard up from behind. Oh, that could be dangerous as well. Does that warrants for a yellow card? I think it's just a verbal warning there for the captain. Needs to be very careful here. Needs to be very careful, as I think she has a yellow card already in the previous matches. Yes. Nancy, look at that beautiful play by the young Renalda Angel Tamara Hangula.
And that is why she's in the lineup today. A very exciting player to watch, very creative when she has the ball, tactically gifted also, technically also very gifted. I think, look at that. Woo! Angel Tamara. Yeah,
Very close
definitely.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, but a very good call from the the assistant referee there.
Oh, yes. That is perhaps signs of good signs of what the coach wants to see. That is the Namibian coach, Errol Damasep. That little bit scrappy there in the middle of the park. And there she goes, Angula, really small in the body, but really skillful as well. Remember, we still have another game that is currently underway at we have another match actually on at the Unam Stadium, and for now we understand that Zimbabwe have scored against Malawi, meaning Zimbabwe 1 and Malawi 0. There we have it. And I guess that is perhaps, good news for the Namibians, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. The Namibian side should be glad with the results that are happening on the other side, because a 1-0 for Zimbabwe means that Namibia is sitting comfortably and they can be second in the group if they do draw today.
Disappointing free kick there for Auramus Senorita. Remember her taking the first free kick there. That went well wide over the crossbar. And now the second one here again. Directionless. But yes, another attack here from the Namibians. What can they make out of this one? Really running very hard is the young Untedi Setokwani. Look at that. Another opportunity here. That cross coming. Yes, it has come in, and the goalkeeper there, that is Wame Chakaliza, doing brilliantly.
I think a great idea there by Tokwane. Just a little bit poor execution, otherwise it was well on its way to Tamara.
Another long one there. The goalkeeper going to come out, yes, from her line. And that is Dueteko. Looking for Nancy there, but couldn't get to her. Remember, as I have said, Botswana won against Zimbabwe by 1-0, and going on to win against Malawi by 1-0. Close margins, really.
Yes, it goes to show that the competition is actually really good for both sides, and both sides bringing their A games, because a low scoreline really indicates that both teams have really put in the work before the tournament, and it's lovely to see. This is what we want to see as a region, as a studying region, that we are actually growing in football. It shows growth in football.
And 16 minutes into the first half here, it is Namibia 0 and Botswana 0.
But I think both teams are really underperforming in this encounter. You would expect them to put the ball down, just try to get the ball to feet so that they keep possession, but giving away the ball very cheaply, especially in the middle of the park from both sides.
really nothing to show for this time around between these two teams here. I mean, none of the two teams here are showing some urgency, especially Namibians, as they would need a point from this match here. Another clearance there, and perhaps a little bit under pressure.
Yes, definitely, with Tokwane coming in there with her pace, she didn't have much to do there. Malete, she just needed to clear that ball. I think a very safe decision to make, considering the fact that she was facing a goal post. I think a lovely ball in there from Michelle to Tokwane, trying to find her there with that aerial ball.
And now, that is Michelle. Michael, with that clearance again. Good control. Shows that could be well offside or otherwise. Another opportunity there, but Botswana defense dealing well with that one. Trying to connect those passes, but still in a hurry.
I think both teams really need to just calm down.
They really need to calm down, both teams, and give us a good match here. Look at that. Nancy Libang showing some signs to say, go forward, guys, I will be delivering. Look at that layoff, nobody there. Now Libang, will she take a shot? It is an offside.
Safe by the whistle. I think the Botswana defense really need to look into those aerial balls that are coming in. Their lack of communication is very evident in this match, and the Namibian side is capitalizing on that. The fact that they don't know how to deal with these aerial balls, I think they need to get the defense in order if they really want to keep a clean sheet here today.
And, the format of this tournament here is that the two teams from each group will be going through. And remember, we only have two groups, of which two from each group will go through directly to the semi-finals, where the winners will take the runners-up in Group B. Rather, the winners of Group A will take the runners-up of Group B, and vice versa. So as it stands, these two teams are going through as it stands.
Yes.
Goalkeeper coming way off her line and playing that ball into her big box.
Nice work there.
Look at that, it was most beautiful 10. It was a beautiful 10. Now Namibia on the attack here with Nancy. Did she get to that one? Unfortunately not. And it goes out for a goal kick. Very skillful Lebang Wipelo Nancy, the captain. I mean, earlier on, she really showed some good skills, taking on at least 4 players.
You know, Toro, in our teams, any team actually for that matter, wearing the number 10 jersey shows that you are capable of, you know, taking on players. You are able to create chances for your team, and I think that is just what Nancy is bringing to the table today. Ooh.
Another opportunity there for Botswana. Namibia not out of the danger woods yet, and rather opting for a corner kick there.
I think great recovery there from Shiwa to just make sure that she, you know, gets her toe on that ball to get it out for a corner kick. But they really also need to get their defense in order if they don't want to concede today. Otherwise, it looks like the Botswana side is also going to try and get a ball there, and they might score.
First corner of the match. How are they going to defend that one? The defense of Namibia. Another opportunity here to get that cross in, header! And perhaps not giving it a good direction there.
I think it looked like her eyes were closed. You could see, and I think she could have done better there. Modimo, she could have really done better with that. You know, just keeping your eyes open, spotting where the goalkeeper is. You just slot it there. You know, it could come back for a rebound, and the teammate could get it in there, or you score.
Rose Modimo. I think she would have done better there. She could have done better, yes. Look at that run, that is the captain.
But an even better defense there by Dilelo, just showing that she's also equally up to the task in terms of defending. You know, she's coming there from the left wing, coming down there to help her defenders. Her left winger, Ulesejo, with Nancy's troublesome behaviors today.
Now trying to get it there in the middle of the park. Another long one there, and I think those ones are perhaps working for Botswana as well. Those long balls always a bit troubling the defense of the Namibians many a times, as we have seen.
I think both sides failing to understand some of the principles in defending, especially when you're in the middle there, centre back. You don't allow the ball to bounce. The moment you allow that ball to bounce, you are facing your goal. It's a very risky situation that you are putting yourself in.
Now you see that long ball again here from the defense of Botswana. Somehow troubling the defenders there of Namibia. However, now there's another opportunity here for Namibia to attack, but really making a little bit of too many wrong passes. Another long one from the back, as you can see, overlapping the midfield.
And once again, facing their goalkeeper.
Yes, it has proven to be a bit difficult for the defense of Namibia to really deal with those ones. They always seem so dangerous if that ball comes from the defense of Botswana, overlapping that midfield all the way to the defense of Namibia. Another throw in there by Hope Lesotho. Throw in there for Botswana. What can they make out of that one in the half of Namibia? And that is Hope again, Lesotho. Playing it there from the center line. And now another chance here for Hangula. Nancy couldn't really control that one. Really not connecting these passes. None of the players here besides Lebang that has taken responsibilities of, you know, taking on players, looking for those spaces. Other than that, most of the players are very much in a hurry.
And I think the trio in the middle with Nanami, Auhamus and Michael, they really need to gain control of that midfield. You know, they're doing so well winning that ball, but their distribution, their final pass is always failing the team. You know, winning the ball and giving it away, it's like you're cancelling whatever good you have done. Because now you're going back to defending and, you know, giving away those balls cheaply. It's definitely going to cost them if they keep on doing it like that.
And it's not only the Namibians. I have not seen any player from the Botswana side, any player that is willing to take responsibility like there now. You see that beautiful pass coming through. Could be another opportunity here. Is that a shot? Yes.
Ooh.
And Dikweteko getting to that one. It was actually shot straight to her, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Tamocha did a really great job there, you know, spotting her teammates run, getting that ball over the defense of Namibia, understanding that they're actually struggling with these long balls, those aerial balls, just lopping it behind the defense and putting her teammate in a great position to, you know, take that first time shot there to the goal.
And to a certain extent, when I just made that point of players failing to take responsibility, one took that responsibility and really made that beautiful pass. Imagine. So I was nearly there. Look at that.
Just look at that pass.
Beautiful pass.
What a pass there.
And
Seboto.
really a very good pass. Yeah, they're just missing on that opportunity that is Tamocha.
And I think very great positioning there from Tunga, the Namibian goalkeeper, being in a nice position that she can comfortably take care of that ball.
And now somehow communication lost between the two defenders there. And I think Tamocha has proven to be a bit problematic now for the Namibians here from the right side. Now, Nancy, what can she do now? And it's like every time that she gets to the ball, all these players are aware that she would want to make those, show her dribbling skills. So show us what was happening there. Wame Chakaliza. Now. Really trying to play it forward. There is Renalda Angela Tamara Hangula. I mean, she had a teammate that she could have played to, but then she decided to rather kick it forward.
I think the decision making from both sides is very poor in this matchup, especially this late in the tournament. You would think that a team is growing into the tournament. They should be performing better. You know, it's not like it's their first encounter.
Well defended there from the back, and another player that is problematic. Look at that, very good play there from the Botswana side. Another through pass there, but only up until the goalkeeper. What happened to playing from behind, Lydiana? It's like every time that the goalkeeper, that is Dunga, kicks the ball or gets the ball, always looking forward and looking at making a long one always.
And I think going for opting to go long is such a risky move, especially when you know that your midfield is not as stable as you want it to be. Then I think it's really better that you start playing the ball out to your fullbacks or to your center backs, and they can start play. But also it comes down to how comfortable your defense is. Are they comfortable? Can they deal with pressure if you do pass this ball and an attacker comes at them? I think she's going safe.
Yes, and to be honest, I mean, we are 30 minutes into the first half. For now, assessing the two teams here, I should admit that Namibia has been a bit on the back foot. I mean, Tunga has been the goalkeeper that has been receiving balls. I mean, better than, or much more than Wame Chakaliza.
Yes, and you would think that the Botswana defense was actually going to be a lot under pressure than the Namibian side from the starting minutes. But it looks like the Botswana side really read the game, and they're trying to get into this game way faster than the Namibian side is, trying to get into it.
Again, players are still failing. Oh, it was nearly a deadly one. That
great defensive work there.
Look at that skills. Yeah, that's the young Angula. And now Nancy. What is she going to do with that one? Still not releasing. It's a beautiful one inside there, but the defense having a good eye on that one.
I think it's a lack of support from teammates that is actually a problem for Tamara there, for Nancy.
Trying to back heel, but couldn't just work for her. Instead committing a foul there. And it is a free kick here for the young Hope Lesotho. Long one here. Perhaps taking too long to release because she is indeed under pressure. And the goalkeeper with the defense there, one would say good communication skills there.
Definitely, I think great stuff there from the Namibian side, especially with Faith's presence there. I think her presence had an effect on how that turned out. And I think lovely communication skills there from Tunga to just tell Faith, you know, just shield her. I have this both was.
Could be another attack here from Botswana. Brilliant. At least controlling that ball and looking out for a teammate. It is a good signs for a team, for any team for that matter.
And I think right now the Namibian defense is doing way better than the attacking force of the Namibian side. The attackers really need to get into this game because there's only so much pressure that you can take as a defender.
And talking of young Nancy Buipelo here playing for B Power Angels. Another foul there. Is it Shapaka? Foul on Nonami Warije. One-two is failing to connect those passes amongst the teammates. For now, Tamara Hangula really has displayed some good football here. I think she is pairing good with Lebang.
I think, and that is what the coach expected, bringing Tamara into the lineup once again. You know, their pairing has proven to be very lethal, and they would want to capitalize on the chemistry that they have and that they share.
Another clearance there, but could be a cross there from
Great defending there.
Shapaka. Another foul there by the Namibians. And a free kick here for Botswana.
I think that could have gone on as an advantage. I think the game is stopping too many times. You know, the game is not flowing, and we need to get the game flowing.
Well, one wonders as to when is it that the advantage play is given and not. But well, we are 35 minutes into the first half of this match, and it is still 0-0. I'm not so sure if we had any goal on target here in this first half, Lydiana. I mean, perhaps one or two that went wide, but
yeah,
on target,
I think
it has
Seboto
been,
had a shot there where Tunga got, so I think that is the only shot that actually counted as a shot on target.
That is Olesejo Maka Bulawa from Mohoritane, CSE. Now, clear again. Another foul for Namibia.
I think Joy so far has had a good game, dealing with the Botswana attack very well. You know, her cover defense is very great, always there, always having that last touch when it comes to defending the Botswana attackers.
Look at that, could be an opportunity here for Namibia. And it is a goal for Namibia! Look at that goal!
Oh my!
Out of nowhere, imagine! And that is Untedize Tugwani.
I think
Getting on the score
what
sheet.
a goal. Just 4-2, say hello, Daso.
Yes, Namibia have scored.
What
And
a goal
it puts
there.
them in a better position.
Namibia 1, Botswana 0.
Put them in a better position in going through with Botswana.
Just look at that replay.
Trying to play it there with that header.
Great stuff
through.
there from Michelle. Lovely presence there from Miriam, you know, and Tokwane just saying, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm taking my team ahead in this match. Lovely stuff there by Tamara.
Tamara. Look at that. Oh, the Namibians now.
Finally starting to see
all
football.
of a sudden now connecting very well. Look at that shot again.
And that is where my coach would say, soccer, come.
Oh, yes. I think for now, that was a beautiful move by the Namibians. We haven't seen that in this whole of this match. Only now.
And that is the beauty of football. Just one moment can change everything.
Oh, yes.
I think great moment there for the Namibian side.
And on the other side, we have Zimbabwe, as you can see there. Zimbabwe have scored their second goal. And on the other hand, here Botswana threatening as well. And it's only good news for Namibia if Zimbabwe can win against Malawi. Malawi knowing very well that they also need to win their match and hope that Namibia loses this side. And normally, you know, your technical team would be, you know, well aware as to what is happening on the other matches.
Yes, they definitely have someone informing them, or they will have someone inform them at halftime what the scoreline is on the other side. But I think it's lovely stuff for Namibia. This is what they were hoping to see. And I think it's good there.
And it is, things are really happening on the other match as well. Malawi have scored, and it is 2-1 in favor of Zimbabwe. As you can see there on your screen as well, that is 2-1 for Zimbabwe at the UNAM soccer field. And it is game on here for Botswana and Namibia. Very much under pressure there, making that clearance. Perhaps that is the goal that Namibia needed just to, you know, find their feet and...
Just look at that goal once again. Miriam,
Yes.
just, you know, that touch, what a lovely touch. Tokwane takes the touch, looks up, spots goalkeeper out. Lovely stuff. And I think the Botswana defense really should be, you know, having nightmares tonight because of that goal. I think a missed shot there. She missed that ball and it went through her legs and in the back of the net. But lovely team effort there from the Namibian side to put them one goal ahead.
As I have seen it, wow, that was the goal that Malawi scored in the other match. And still 2-1 in favor of Zim that side. Talking of the goal that just Namibia scored, I mean, it went through three players, isn't it? It was the goalkeeper and then two defenders. Wow. All right. Another throw in here. Look at that. Another throw in here for Namibia. Another throw in as we wait for that one. Header not out of the danger zone. Look at that skills. And now Zimbabwe again have scored. Very interesting match on the other side at the UNAM. Look at that, a screamer. I mean, Lydiana, for the scenario now, for our viewers out there to really, know what is actually going on in terms of the scenario, what are the chances that Namibia are going through?
I think
With
Namibia,
Botswana, by the way.
yes, a win for Zimbabwe is really great for Namibia. Right now, Zimbabwe is going to have 3 points. If that match ends with a win for them, they will have 3 points only, whereas Namibia is coming into this match with 4 points. So a win for Zimbabwe is actually what Namibia was praying for and hoping for. A win for Malawi, on the other hand, would mean that Namibia needed to draw this match, at least draw this match. And a win for Namibia here is that they would have 7 points going into the end of this group stage encounter, and they would be topping the group stage, with Botswana coming in second place. So lovely stuff from Zimbabwe to collect their first 3 points in this competition. If it goes that way, Namibia should be comfortably through to the semi-finals, regardless of the results of today.
Yes. So meaning, look at that action replay there. A late tackle there, and a free kick. What can Botswana make out of this one?
And I think we are finally seeing hope. The number 14 of Botswana coming into this match. It's one of those players, or she's one of those players that we really needed to look out for. Was also player of the match in the previous encounter. So finally coming into this game, getting into the thick of things for her team.
That free kick. Well headed out there by the Namibian defense, but then Lebang looking up. She would always dance with that one, taking on 2 players. Tamara perhaps not reading that one well.
I think that pass was a little behind Tamara there. Should have been a bit forward, and I think she would have gotten to it. But lovely stuff from the Namibian side to just, try and get into the final third of Botswana.
Now that clearance there, instead conceding a throw-in. That is the young Haukongo.
Just look at that skill. Whoo! Don't press like that.
There she is, Kitumete Tamocha. She has been the lady that is very problematic. And now Nancy Lebang. Very nice one there, but unfortunately could not. And there is a player down. Is that Tokwani?
Yes. But lovely defensive work there from the Botswana defense. Lovely stuff.
Remember, we have a big one later where Namibia, the boys, Namibian boys will be taking on the Malawi boys as well. She was hit on the face, as you can see there. Not a good sign of a goalkeeper. With your head down, it's not a good sign. Should always keep your head up.
Especially when you're the goalkeeper, you're the last person in, the last person who's going to attempt to protect your team. And a goalkeeper always needs to stay positive. You boost the performance and the confidence of your team if you're positive as a goalkeeper.
Wame Chakaliza, goalkeeper for Radicel CSE in Botswana. That 1 minute of extra time, optional time. Look at that.
Just look at that. Ooh.
I think it's an elbow, isn't it?
Yes. I think to her neck.
Again, look at that, yes. And she immediately went down. As you can see there, she is holding
but I think lovely defensive work there from Hope, the number 14. Just spotting that run and taking care of her before she takes another shot and puts Namibia up with 2 goals. Lovely defensive stuff there.
Interesting enough is that she is playing where her father used to play in Diogo Maritane. Her father played for Meidai Chiefs. And now just emulating her father.
Definitely coached at home.
Yes, definitely, coach. It is in the blood of the family. It is in the blood of the family. Football is there. And yes, it is the end of the first half here, as Namibia is currently leading there. As you can see, the score confirmation: Namibia 1 and Botswana 0. End of the first half, as the sets of players going back into the dressing room to take final instructions. Perhaps one player that is very disappointed would be the goalkeeper of Botswana, Wame Chakaliza. Not so sure as to whether she is blaming herself or because her head has been down since that, conceding that goal. I think someone needs to talk to her to really come out in the second half and try to keep a clean sheet in the second half. Otherwise, if the confidence is going down, she will cause Botswana many goals as well, or rather concede many goals if that has to go on like that. As we are waiting for the highlights of the first half, you can clearly see the players from the Namibian men's side obviously watching this one, and then at halftime they will be called to perhaps prepare for their match as well here at the Hage Geingob Stadium, rather empty stadium. Not good news actually. But for now, let's look at the highlights. As you can see there, the players greeting each other and taking some pictures. Look at that long ball there, and brilliant play. Look at that, a straight shot to and there it is. Was that a goal from Tokwani? Look at that, Tokwani really taking that one through three players. And I think that was the only goal for the match, or rather for the first half. And I guess then we will see you shortly, or rather talk to you shortly for the second half.
here in the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky. A new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to Vintage rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home. Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
My name is Jacqueline Gertze. I am the General Manager for the Local Organizing Committee for the Region 5 Youth Games, Namibia 2024. The beautiful thing about the Region 5 Youth Games is that is your biggest multi-sport event in the SADC region. From our side as the Local Organizing Committee and from the desk of the General Manager, you know, all systems are running. And as a country, we can with confidence say we are ready to welcome 9 other nations into Namibia as early as from 29th of June. For the first time also, this is the 11th edition, but for the first time, Special Olympics is part of the multiple sports event such as this, which is the Region 5 Youth Games. So inclusivity stands out as a very big highlight. And then also, not only inclusivity in terms of special athletes, athletes of disability, but also women, girls and boys competing in different sports codes with equal opportunity. It's a very big moment for communities and the nations to gel, to come together, get to know each other and really represent the African Union vision. The main factor here is sports infrastructure development to enable everybody to have access to sports. Namibia always promoted the active participation of young people in arts, music, sport and so on, but one thing was missing, and that is that we don't have access to sports facilities for everybody that loves the game. These games is basically creating that. We are representing the government of Namibia. When they speak, they refer to boys and girls, able and disabled. There's no moment in these games, and over the times that I have lived in the sport, that I have seen leadership speaking with the same voice in terms of inclusivity. And that is, for me, the best space to work in, and that inspires me a lot.
It is the Region 5 Youth Games 2024. We're excited for you to join us in the land of the brave, Windhoek, Namibia. We're also excited for you to join us on the socials, and we have 3 main hashtags for these games. And I've got my chairman here, as well as my general manager, to share with us the hashtags. Hashtag
Own the moment.
And hashtag
I am Region 5.
And it is hashtag More Than Games. We're excited. Join us on those socials. Join us, share your videos with us, and walk this journey with us. It is Region 5 Youth Games 2024. See you there.
My name is Ndoripula Hamtumwa. I'm the chairperson of the Region 5 Youth Games. Namibia is known for hosting major multidisciplinary games. As you recall, in 2006, Namibia hosted this edition, and that created a platform for us to be able to host junior multidisciplinary competition, such as the AU Region 5 Youth Games. We have the systems in place, therefore Namibia is destined to host these major games. This is a platform where we shape characters, where we shape new ideals, where we create friendship, where we begin to speak about economic empowerment, youth empowerment, and this creates excitement. This brings in the nerves to make the competition great, because this is where we break barriers. Destiny is only shaped by those that believes in working with the youth. And for me, I remain indebted to these young men and women who believes that Africa must arise, and it can only be arise by bringing everybody together and bringing the youth at the center of development. My wish is that when all the athletes that are coming here, they must come with an open mind that dreams can become a reality. Sport has the power to create an economic enhancement in the lives of all the athletes. So I wish all the athletes that are coming here all the best, and as I said, all dreams are valid and they can be a reality through sport.
Here in the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky, a new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to Vintic's rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home. Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
Welcome back to the second half of this match here. That is Namibia versus Botswana, as Namibia is currently leading by a goal to 0. And for now, things looks very good for Namibia and Botswana as well. I mean, these two teams, as it stands, even if Zimbabwe wins by 50 goals to 0, as it stands, Namibia would still go through with Botswana.
Yes. A win for Namibia today puts them in first place with 7 points. And a loss for Botswana, 6 points. They're still second in the group. They still advance to semi-finals, regardless of the score line that is happening right now. If Malawi wins, Namibia is still through if this match goes on like that.
So basically what you are telling me is that Namibia just needs a draw. Yes. And a win. That would be enough to see them through.
a draw at minimum is what Namibia needs in order to, qualify for the semi-finals in second place. A win for Namibia right now means that they would be first in the group and they will be automatically qualifying for semi-finals as the winner of the group.
And for now, as you can see there, Botswana coming through. Is that not a foul? The referee is not interested. And safely played out for Botswana there. I think there is a substitution that is made in Butle Lolo Bahoti. I think he just came in. We'll just have to make sure. And I think we'll just have to check. Her number is number 3. We'll just have to check and confirm on that one. But yes, another throw in here. Not really successful on that one. Maybe a rethrow again for Botswana. What he missed there. Now, he is offside. He is offside here. And offside here for Namibia. Joy, Sweetness, Atushe, Goses. And the coach is really on their feet. Errol Damasep. Another good turn there. Nancy, will she get to that one? No. There is the coach screaming some instructions there. Errol Damasep. It is the Region 5 Youth Games that is currently underway here in Windhoek and Swakopmund. Different sports codes that is going on here in Windhoek as well as Swakopmund. And for now, a goal kick here for Botswana. Now, well taken there by Hangula. Hangula again. Really under pressure there, playing it out. And for now, for these 5 minutes, we have seen Namibia pressing a little bit here. Joy Sweetness, Atushe Goses also coming off here. Good turn. Botswana just struggling to get out of that defense, isn't it? One, two. Pretty under pressure there. But here's good play between those two players there, but missing out on that one again. Nancy. The clash of heads. The referee should stop the match. Especially when it is a clash of heads, it's very dangerous.
And it still looks like Seboto is down on the ground there after that collision there.
There is Grace Aces, the number 9 for Namibia, playing her trade with the Omaheke Queens, all the way from Khobabas. I think that's the first town, or rather the last town, when you exit Namibia to Botswana. Then you would drive all the way to Beta Bus, That's the border of Namibia, and then immediately crossing there, you would cross to Botswana.
And it looks like the Botswana goalkeeper is also down on the ground there. Chakaliza, I am not so sure as to what happened there and why she's on the ground, but it looks like she might need medical attention as well. You just see the medic there making a small jog there towards her just to see if she really needs a lot of medical attention or if it's just minor discomfort.
And many of the players are from Botswana coming here to the bench to have that opportunity to talk to, or rather take some instructions here from their coach.
Coach.
There is some activities happening on the bench, especially on the touchline here. It seems as if Botswana is coming to make a substitution. They might want to wait to see if the goalkeeper is going to continue or not. But here she is.
And also the Botswana technical team also just calling their players closer to the bench and just giving a few instructions while they wait on to see if Chakaliza is going to join them for the rest of the encounter. But I think a great opportunity for the coach to, just call the players and tell them, give clear instructions instead of players, just hearing it from fellow players, because maybe the instruction might not travel well and get, understood properly if it doesn't come from the coach. So I think a great opportunity for the coaches to also just talk to players when a player is down.
And
Substitution for Botswana.
another
Off comes
substitution
jersey
here.
number 12, Temo Malate. And on goes jersey number 4, Kushata Sechele.
Shata Sichele coming in, and Dilelo, is that Dilelo the number 10? Or rather number 12 coming off. Temo Malate coming out as well. And the earlier substitute, we have seen Botle Lolo Bahoti coming on, and coming out earlier was Kiutumete Tamocha. Coming off, as you can see there, Temo Malate. Substitution confirmation there. Temo Malate coming out, and Sichele coming on. Really no options to really play. There's no support there for the young Kyotepi, the junior Kiseti, all by herself there, trying to take on two players as well. Trying to be skillful there, Tamara Hangula, the number 7. And a long throw in there. Big clearance. And it's really a match of, start, go, start, go. There's no really much of the passes that are going on here.
And both teams really need to put the ball down, because it really looks as though they are not comfortable on the ball, and it shows with them, just kicking the ball away. Just control the ball and make a proper pass. That is how the Namibian side scored, because they were able to keep the ball.
Yes.
And I think understanding when to release the ball, because right now I think the likes of Tamara and Nancy Labang holding on to the ball too long, you know, trying to dribble and just delaying play. I think they should just play a bit quicker so that they can get into the match, because they keep losing the ball with their attempts, their dribble attempts.
Hashtag own the moment. That is for Region 5, for the Region 5 Youth Games. And a really quiet game here at the Hage Geingob Stadium. It's kicked there, another one again. Is that how they are panicking there at the back, the Namibians? I mean, two players at the same time missing that ball. So there we have Senorita Auhumus playing that one safely out, and another dangerous play there as she goes down.
Very painful.
Is that Gaishavi?
No, it looks like it's Joy.
Sweetness Atushe Goses.
But I think there was no intention in hurting her there. You know, it was her follow through into the Botswana player that actually caused her injury there.
As the teammates are looking on, having a little laugh there.
Just look at that replay there. Ooh, yeah. Oh no, definitely a foul there.
Yes.
And you can see in Dilelo's reaction there, you know, she might have also gotten some pain there or some discomfort, because it looks like she also, you know, felt the impact of that contact there.
And another free kick here. Poorly kicked. Long one there for Botswana. A push from behind. Could be a free kick in a nice position here for Botswana. Remember, Namibia had a similar one and messed with that one in the first half. And now we will have to see as to how Botswana is going to take this one.
Yeah, and it looks like Temo is going to take that for Botswana. I think a very great position for a free kick to be taken in. It looks like it is Hope coming from defense there just to, you know, take this one for Botswana. I think a lovely position to be taking that free kick. Look at that. I know, definitely a foul there.
Hope Lesotho. Hope Lesotho. What is she going to do as Joy's Sweetness is coming back onto the field here to come and support the defense? It is a free kick, a dangerous one! Hitting the crossbar. It was very close.
A great free kick there, a great take there, you know, saved by the woodwork. I think just a little bit lower than it was, and they were looking at an opportunity to equalize. I think a great free kick there.
Great free kick, I believe. If they have to get 2 or 3 like those ones, I bet you one would go through to the back of the net.
An interesting fact, just look at that. Whoo, look at that spin on that ball.
Would you say would you say Tunga was there?
Yeah, I think she was there. And with the next free kick, if they do get another one, I think she Hope should try and look for the far post, because then it's difficult for Tunga to actually reach that ball. I think this was going to be an easy touch for Tunga to save it.
Oh, yeah.
But I think a great shot taken there. Lovely spin on that ball.
Yes. And now long one. Header. Again playing into that space. Really not connecting those passes. It's like you would be lucky if that ball perhaps just fall into your path. But no team player or other teammate would be playing that ball to you. That's the problem that we have experienced here with, or that we have seen here with both teams, not really connecting passes with teammates. Another throw in here for the Namibians with Atushe Koses. And it is just a matter of clearing there from behind. As you can see, another long one there. Not really a pass. It's like just kicking up front just to see who will just get it from there. Another long one as Aces gets to that one. She can be fast. Aces! Lebang! Beg your pardon. That is Lebang. For a second, she looked like Aces Grace.
And I think lovely stuff there from Chakaliza, just, you know, spotting Nancy's run, getting into that right position, closing her legs at the end, just to delay that ball from moving as fast as it was. I think great goalkeeping there. The defense really need to do better in order to protect her, but I think she did well in, you know, stopping that ball from getting in the back of the net there. Lovely run there from Nancy Lebang as well. But at the end, it was Chakaliza who stopped this attack. Lovely goalkeeping there from my part.
And you can see there.
What is your problem? Are you injured?
Amogelang Samantha Sebutu
Continue with the game.
got injured as well.
Huh?
And it was actually good for Amogelang Samantha, though.
Just look at that. Lovely pace there from Nancy.
Exactly.
What great run there. Even better goalkeeping from Chakaliza, you know, just stopping that. Look at that run. And the defense really stood no chance against Nancy there.
Can you
but
continue with
at
the
the
game?
end, it was Chakaliza who actually stood there. She stood out in this moment.
because
You know, it was a moment of
right.
individual brilliance as a goalkeeper.
Okay.
She managed to keep her team in the game.
Down.
Yes.
Always.
And perhaps Lotang Ibineng, the captain, and Rose Mutumo, also, you know, credit goes to them as well, because though Lebang was pulling away, they kept on putting pressure on her, you know, just to show her or to make her aware that we are behind you. And I think Lebang really felt that pressure a bit, hence she couldn't really, you know, get that goal into the back of the net.
I think, yeah, their presence definitely had an effect on how they turned out. But also, lovely stuff there from the goalkeeper, Chakaliza. Lovely. That is what we want to see when we're watching football. You know, every player coming up and stepping up when the moment comes.
Yes. Good pressure there from Lotang Ibineng and Rose Mudumo. Even if a player is pulling away from you, just make him or her aware that you are still there, and somehow it will have an effect. And player might just lose concentration and not take that ball, or rather kick that ball well, as perhaps that was the case in that scenario. And that is Haukongo. Another throw in here for Botswana.
And the assistant says foul throw. So Namibia is going to take this, with Haukongo taking it for Namibia.
Yes. And Namibia with that throw in. I mean, This loss wouldn't be bad for Botswana, as they have done enough, I think, with their 2 wins to really go through.
And
so,
I think
yeah,
them
so
knowing
it won't be that bad.
Yeah, and I think them knowing that they're already through to semi-finals could have an effect on how they're actually performing today. I really expected more from them, but you know, coming in here comfortably sitting there, qualified for the semi-finals, definitely shows that, you know, they don't have anything to play for at this moment. Namibia, on the other hand, really need a point at least in order to qualify for semi-finals in this matchup. Hence, the performance from the Botswana side today, maybe.
Yeah. You know, at times knowing that you are through would make you relax a bit. Maybe that's the case now in this match for Botswana. Khankaka ya nasilelo sa phuranyo ya meno. Khankaka ya nasilelo sa phuranyo ya meno. Can't be that bad for Botswana. But yes, after all, it is breaking rights as Botswana is having a chance. Oh! Namibia there scoring that one. And it is Ronaldo Angel Tamara Hangula coming through with that one, isn't it?
Yes.
Failing to keep that one out of the net is Botswana. As we were just saying that it's not a bad loss, actually, now conceding a second goal here.
I think that is a great way to capitalize on the mistakes of any player. You know, the Botswana defense caught there sleeping by Tamara, and Tamara says, thank you so much. I'm going to take this one further for my team. I'm taking this goal. Thank you for this lovely opportunity, and I'm grabbing it. Lovely stuff there from Tamara, just anticipating where the ball will go. Look at that. Allowing the ball to bounce there, you know. Ooh.
I think a big
Look at that
mistake there
replay.
by
You know, Hope just allowing it to bounce. And Tamara says, thank you, bye-bye.
has an really Hope could perhaps take the blame for that one. Should have done better. And it is 2 for Namibia, 0 for Botswana. Now, Lebang, look at that, fighting for the ball.
And I think in the end, we need to give credit to Temo there. Looking at the screen, there's some Brave Gladiators players also coming here to show support to the young Gladiators.
Oh, okay. And some activities as well happening on the bench of Botswana in terms of substitutions. Number 9 is coming out for Botswana. And I think from what I have here is that the number 2, that is Sarah Papatso, will come in. Sarah Papatso will be coming in to this one to make those necessary changes.
And I think they pushed one of the players up forward as they removed Seboto, who was a striker in this matchup, and Sarah comes as the left back for Botswana. So I think a great call from the coach there, you know, just to strengthen the defense, considering how the Namibian side is coming at them, and they are really struggling to deal with the Namibian attack in the second half.
Could be another chance here for Namibia. Look at that run from Hangula. Goes out for a throw-in for Namibia. have a big one coming up. The boys, the men under 20. That is Namibia versus Malawi. A very tough one for Namibia as well. Coming up after this one at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Look at that shot, not really a pass. Is that a foul? Yes, there are 2 players that are down. And
I think the referee just stopped that play there because it looks like Marion is in pain there. She's on the ground there, and another player there. Oh no, it looks like she's just tying her shoelaces.
oh yes.
Substitution for Namibia. Off comes jersey number 15, Miriam Michael. And in goes jersey number 18, Shaida Job.
Number 18 here for Namibia coming on. And that is Shaida Delay Job coming in. We will just have to confirm that one for you on your screen. But as you can see there, she comes on. That is Shaida Delani Job. With that pulling away, but an accurate pass. Look at that. Nancy Lebang failing to get to that one. Jumping on the opponent there. Jumping on the opponent. And it is a foul. As Botswana is looking at launching a long one here. Could be another opportunity. Unfortunately, an offside.
That definitely would have been the golden opportunity for the Botswana side that they've been hoping for and working for this entire matchup. I think unfortunate that she got caught offside there, but a lovely team effort there, trying to get that ball past the Namibian defense, understanding that they actually also struggle with this aerial balls.
Coming in hard. Another long one there. That miss one, and Nancy making that one long. Just perhaps a little bit too long for her there. As you can see there, the spectators, supporters really jumping up, thinking perhaps that one is through.
I think what a great second half Chakaliza has been having, you know. After conceding that one goal in the first half, and you could clearly see that her head was down, you know, coming into the second half, conceding a goal, but also trying to keep her team in this matchup, you know, not letting those goals get her down, getting into the right places to make this very important saves against Nancy in the second half. Lovely stuff there.
Yes. And another poor control there from the player there.
Look at that. Just look at that replay. Poor defending, the lovely work by Tokwane there just to block her. Lovely stuff there from Chakaliza, you know, just saying not today. Nancy, you'll have to wait.
Yes. As she wouldn't want to consider a lot of goals here today. That is Chakaliza. There she is, our match official for this afternoon in Lynette Moyo, all the way from Zimbabwe. It's a bit scrappy there in the middle of the pitch, and Angola trying to play it forward. Another long one. They're hoping that teammate will pop out of that midfield. And could be another opportunity here for Botswana. Still an opportunity, taking that shot, and Tunga at the right place this time around as well. And what a shot there from Hope Lesotho.
Actually, the player that was moved up from defense is Hope. When the coach brought in.
Look at that, trying to find Tokwani. And again, going down. There she is, the captain, Lebang. Now, from the left side here, another one here, and Chikaliza. And on the other side as well, it is 4-3. That is the match that is currently on at the UNAM Soccer Stadium. The match that is playing, that is Mali, or rather Malawi versus Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe 4 goals and Malawi 3. As it is, Namibia is still going through with Botswana. As it is. Oops. Could have been a dangerous one there. Look at that run there from Nancy. Those passes are not just coming through for her, isn't it? It's like scrambling those loose balls that
And I
she
think
would really work hard
lovely
for.
defensive work there from Sarah. Just look at that replay there. What a shot there. Ooh. You know, lovely defensive work there from Sarah, just stopping Nancy, denying Nancy another opportunity to take a shot on goal, showing why she's the substitute that the coach opted to go with.
Off comes jersey number 7, Ronaldo Angula. And on goes jersey number 17, Lydia Simuma.
And Tamara Hangula coming out. Another cross. And it's a matter of just kicking forward, hoping that it would reach your teammate. That's the case for me here.
And it's definitely and clearly not working. They really need to look at another strategy if they really want to score today, the Botswana side.
As I have said before, players really need to take responsibility here. Could be an offside. Yes, it is.
A clear offside.
Player just taking it upon herself to perhaps take on 1 or 2 players, releasing and asking again, you know, trying to distribute those passes into those spaces. Teammates as well, perhaps creating those spaces for teammates to play with them. Another foul there for Botswana. Just telling her, please tell her to stand up, or to rather get up, because time is ticking. As you can clearly see there off your screen, the medics are also going back to the bench after they were called in, thinking that, as the coach has clearly indicated, to say, just tell the player to get up and
Just look at that goal.
continue play.
Goal
Yes.
attempt. Lovely touch there by Nancy. Great save there by Chakalisa.
Limping back to take that free kick. That is Shirley Tekwanyani. All of them have gone to defend the Namibians. What was happening there? It's like all the players looking at that ball as it comes through.
I think it's the lack of communication, because you can see how they're pointing at each other after that. Like, I thought you had it.
Another throw in there for Bonke Lolo Bahoti. There she is.
Oh, it's on? Definitely a high boot there.
High boot, and it is a goal kick. Look at that bench. Grace Aces are still on that bench, hoping to perhaps come on and come and assist Lebang with those skillful displays.
And we are yet to see the substitute Lydia touch the ball since she came on for Tamara.
Now, Botswana, look at that, trying to chip it. That is what you want to see, those creative plays, you know. Now, it out, and it is a throw-in again here for Botswana. The coach really not happy with what is going on here.
And the problem right now with the Botswana side is that they don't support each other when they're attacking. You know, they allow players to go individually, and none of them really stand a chance, because the Namibian side is doubling up when they're trying to win this ball back. So the Botswana side really need to start sharing the ball and supporting each other in play. Otherwise, the game is going to go how it's going with Namibia, you know, still remaining in the driving seat of the second half.
And Tracy Haibolai, the head coach of Botswana, as you have momentarily seen her on the screen there, trying to give some instructions to the players here. As again, Botswana is trailing by 2-0, and less than 7 minutes left for this match to come to an end, and it will be safe to say these two teams have done well so far in this tournament to go through to the semi-finals. Running really hard here, look at that. Clearly, it's like taking no nonsense in Sarah Papazzo. And really, I think they have done enough, these two teams, to really go through, especially with the results on the other side, as Zimbabwe is leading by 4-3. That goes to show that they have really done enough to go through to the semi-finals. And it's going to be tough, as Malawi has gone through, isn't it? Is that not Malawi? Zambia?
Yes, Zambia is already through to the semi-finals.
To the semi-final.
It is just a matter of whether or not they are going to top the group. But right now, Zambia is sitting comfortably at the top of the group.
Waiting on Angola and South Africa, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. And now there, Dunga trying to relax a bit with that ball. I guess that's a way of wasting time. And on the other hand, that side, Zimbabwe have scored. And Zimbabwe are currently leading by 5 goals to 3. There it is. Zimbabwe have scored. Look at that goal there. And Malawi 3. Still, those two, Malawi and Zim, as it stands, will bow out of this competition. Could be another opportunity, a consolation goal perhaps. Yes!
She says, thank
Botswana coming through here.
Botswana.
Coming
Player
through
number
here,
14.
Botswana. And that's Lesotho. Scoring on that one, yes?
I think what a lovely goal there. A golden chance given there by Faith to Lesotho, and her just, capitalizing on this opportunity. You don't get those every time. And, her just saying, thank you so much, Faith. I'm going to take this, put my team in the game. I think this should be the booster that Botswana was waiting for.
Yes, and we might have an interesting ending to this one. As Botswana has pulled one back. It might not be a consolation goal, it might be one.
Just look at that replay. Faith, poor defending there, but Hope says thank you and bye-bye. Look at that. It's like she assisted her. Look at that touch. Looks up, spots Tunga out. Lovely stuff there.
Yes.
Opting to go far instead of going straight where Tunga is standing. Lovely stuff there from Hope. What a goal.
And we still have 10 minutes to go in this. Is that 10 minutes? No, we have 3 minutes at least, or 2 minutes before end of this match. And I think Botswana still have a chance to perhaps equalize here as they come forward. And a big clearance there, perhaps to buy a little bit of time. As I've said, it might not be a consolation goal here. It might be a goal that brings them back to play to a draw or possibly even winning this match. There it is, always coming, rather being dangerous, coming forward. It is an offside here for Namibia. So far she had a good game. That is the match official, the referee, Moyo. There she is, clearly indicating an offside there.
And I think a lovely tactical decision there from the coach, moving Hope up from defense to attack, and her, showing the coach why she deserves to play up front and not at the back as she started this match, putting her team in a good position to, fight for this draw.
And Chakalisa coming out and grabbing that one. She will be looking at launching a long one. And another one, big clearance, yes.
An interesting fact is, if this game ends 2-2, Botswana is going to top the group and not Namibia.
Oh, yes. And even though you know that you are going through, you would want to avoid the team that is going to top the other group, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
She is in pain. That is Atushe Gozes.
I think she also had a very lovely encounter today. A great performance from her. She should be proud of herself.
3 minutes of optional time here. Can Botswana pull one back and force a draw to top the group? as we remain to see in this final 3 minutes. Referee there just on the way.
And you can see Tokwane's reaction. They're like, oh, come on, referee, you just stopped our attack.
That could have been something for the Namibians, isn't it?
Yes.
But then, big one forward. And it goes out for a throw-in again here for Namibia. Would they perhaps use this opportunity to pull one ahead again? And it is goals galore. That side is Zimbabwe has just scored the 6th goal. 6-3. That is Zimbabwe running away with that one. Look at that.
Raining goals, if you ask me.
Goals galore, really. Really, Zimbabwe there making sure that Namibia is going through. Thanks to them. I mean, the Namibian followers will say, look at that. Chakaliza coming through there bravely amongst those many players.
Don't give up.
Yes, Tamaya, Mana. Now, couldn't control that one nicely. And another one here.
Just to confirm that substitution, out goes jersey number 6 for Namibia, Nanami Warie, and in comes jersey number 12, Shariva Cody Karues. Actually.
Karues.
Yes.
Coming on is Karues. What was that? It was that an elbow. And the spectators there.
Yes, those are actually Women's Super League players coming to support their junior players.
Oh, yes. And now Nancy pulling away here.
Ooh.
What is going to happen with this one? One-on-one.
Eish.
Oh, Chakalisa. Brilliant save. Showing why she is the first choice here for the Botswana team. Wame and the referee saying it is enough for today. And as it stands, Namibia will top this group. Waiting on South Africa, Angola, to see as to who is going to take second position or first position in the other group. As you can see there, the captain clapping hands, quite happy to have won this match.
And she should be very happy because they lost out on a semi-final spot last time because of goal difference and goals scored, you know, coming back in the under-20 tournament and finally advancing to semi-finals. Most of these players really should be glad that they actually managed to qualify to semi-finals and top the group for that matter.
And still waiting to hear as to who the player of the match would be. But yes, last stretches there for the referees or the match officials for that matter. As you can see, the small flag there of Namibia being waved.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
and
congratulations to our player of the match, jersey number 8 from Namibia, Senorita Augamus.
Senorita Augamup there being awarded the match, or rather player of the match. I'm not so sure whether you're convinced, Lydiana.
Progressing to the semi-finals.
I think defensively she did a really good work, really good job. I think that should be a deciding factor in how she became player of the match. But all in all, I think a well-deserved player of the match accolade to her, and she should be proud of her performance. You know, defensively very solid. I think a good job to her. Congratulations on her for winning the player of the match award today.
Getting that player, or rather that award from the executive director of COSAFA in Sue Destombes. You can see there the Botswana team knowing exactly what is lying ahead. They don't want to relax, and they are just cooling off for now in the middle of the center there, or rather middle of the pitch. Cooling off. Look at the celebrations. It's like almost unbelievable for them. Really celebrating, and Canadian flag. Look at that. What kind of dance is that? That's a show. As we go to the highlights, the players there greeting each other again. That was the first half of this match, as it kicked off the Botswana. I remember that great pass there, and unfortunately number 9 there, Amogelang Samantha Seboto, couldn't convert that one. And then it was another free kick here for Namibia, and I think that was the goal. Look at that one, falling in the path of Tokwane. Tokwane really taking that one. Goalkeeper coming out, first player, then the second player as well. Couldn't get to that one, as it falls nicely, or rather nicely, in the path of Tokwane. And brilliant strike. First goal there for Namibia. Look at those celebrations, Tokwane with teammates. And that free kick there, just saved by the crossbar hands. We believe that Diweteko Tunga would have perhaps had a touch to that one. And then brilliant run there from Nancy Lebang. But then Chakaliza getting to that one. Very important save there from Chakaliza. And you can still see there the pressure from Rose Mutumo on then that goal there. That is Tamara. Really eyes on the ball there, and sneaked that one in. And really, the Chakaliza couldn't do anything, as perhaps she thought she had that one, but then unfortunately Tamara was just too quick for her. And another one here, Lebang, look at that one. Really, for me, Wame Chakaliza had an outstanding match. Look at that brilliant save again from her, coming out very nicely, timing very good. And that shot there, unfortunately, I think it was also off target, hence Tunga was there. Look at that clearance there, and I think that was the goal that was scored by Hope Lesotho. Really taking it very nicely. The one would have hoped that the coach could have played her from the onset in that front position, but then coming on, rather the coach realizing that she needed to push her up front. Look at that brilliant save again there from Chakaliza. And that is it for this match here, as Namibia has won this one against Botswana. But for later on at 3 o'clock, we have Namibia versus Malawi, another big one, and that would be the men's match of the COSAFA Under-20 Championship here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium. Up until then, Lydiana, thank you so much. And from me, Donald Bogosin Chwaro Mamputi, up until that time, goodbye.